It's 5:45 p.m., which means it's time for BCTV's Nightly News Roundup. I'm Roland Boyden alongside Joe Bushy, and that makes this show 5:45 Live. Joe, welcome back to the desk here.
Hey, Roland. How
Second
are you
time
today?
behind the desk, sophomore day here. What do we got going on tonight?
Well, Roland, tonight we have Governor Shumlin talking to youth about his nose. Daryl talks to CNBC down in Zuccotti Park about his grandkids. Gail Nuziata talks with yours truly about the Latchis, and
Plenty more, I think.
plenty more.
Yeah.
I'm a kid that had some experience with differences. First, I grew up with a big nose. Second, I'm dyslexic. I had a really tough time learning how to read. What I can tell you is, it gets better, regardless of your differences, whether you're gay or lesbian, whether you look different than other kids, whether you learn differently than other kids, whether your family is different. Whatever it is that you might get picked on for, I can assure you that if you persevere, if you work hard, and if you push through it, you can do great things. It does get better.
And welcome back to 5:45 Live. That's a clip from Governor Shumlin's contribution to the It Gets Better project, a website, a series of YouTube videos begun by California native Dan Savage to advise bullied teens to tough out the cruelest periods of adolescence. Celebrities from Lady Gaga to the entire Dodgers team have recorded their own messages of hope to harassed youth. And last week, our Vermont governor added his own thoughts to the mix, citing among his own young burdens an oversized nose. More can be found on what I would say is a truly inspirational movement at itgetsbetterproject.com.
Yes, moving on, the Latchis Hotel and Theater is open again for the first time since Hurricane Irene ravaged their Flat Street space. I was down there earlier today to talk with Brattleboro Arts Initiative Director Gail Nuziata about the return of this historic downtown establishment.
46 days of hoeing out, cleaning out, drying out, pumping out, and then getting all of our systems restored. We had no electrical, we had no elevator, we had no telephones, we had no internet. There was a lot we didn't have down here, but now all of that is restored, and today is the big day. We had 700 kids here in the main theater with David McCauley for the Brattleboro Literary Festival. That was a great way to kick off the rise of the Latchis after being out of business for all that time. Come watch the movies. The movies have started again in Brattleboro and at the Latchis. We have 3 screens working this week, and we'll have 4 screens working next week, and we'll be back in business with the movies as usual, the hotel as usual. We're back in business as usual.
You can find showtimes for movies playing this weekend, like the critically acclaimed cancer-themed Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen dramedy 50/50, or the family-friendly aqua romp A Dolphin Tale, as well as all you need to know about the hotel, including reservations at latchis.com, Latchis.com. And the Latchis is also playing a large role in this fall's Brattleboro Literary Festival, and we'll talk more about that, including sending it back to Gail during our calendar coverage just a little bit later in this show. All right, and we'll move on with the headlines here. Next, local residents haven't been happy with the Small Business Administration's efforts to provide Irene-affected businesses with the necessary funds to rebuild. At a hearing in Washington, D.C. Wednesday, Vermont U.S. Senator Patrick Leahy commented on the SBA's, quote, low success rate. According to his office, the SBA has completed only 24 of the nearly 1,700 loans requested. Early last month, the SBA's Garth McDonald spoke to a full audience of affected residents about the loan process here in Brattleboro.
With our situation, FEMA has to make sure your insurance is settled for repair money. We can get you funds in your hands to start repairing, and if you do recover from insurance, that money can go to pay off your loans.
That full public informational hearing, that's from September 6th, can be found on demand at BrattleboroTV.org by searching that date.
Okay, Roland, we can't do a show these days without talking about Occupy Wall Street, that's for sure. Among the footage I shot last week during my visit with Daryl was his moment in the spotlight when he stepped up to CNBC's Sidewalk Soapbox to deliver a surprisingly poignant message.
You're live on CNBC.com.
Hey, thank you. Well, I figured I'd take my little spot up here. My name's Daryl Pillsbury from Brattleboro, Vermont. I have a job, I am educated, and I've been in politics myself. And I'll tell you what I believe is the problem here. First off, I came from Brattleboro down here today to support all of this because I believe the American dream is long gone. I have 6 children, 6 grandchildren, and I'm just hoping that they have the dreams that I had.
That's just a small slice of the wealth of local footage we've accrued here at 545 Live as the Occupy Wall Street phenomena has unfolded. For more footage, visit BrattleboroTV.org and check out all the most recent episodes of this here program where we've been inundating viewers with New York-style video. Here's a sample of just what we've been up to.
Hey Roland, it's me and Joe, your dynamic duo on the road, and we are in New York City.
Steve West here in Liberty Square with Jen Weekers. We just arrived here on Liberty Square, Zuccotti Park.
I don't think this is a protest. I mean, there certainly is a protest embedded in it, but this is a movement, and I think that's a fundamental difference.
Where's your sign here? Capitalism is bad?
What are you looking for, maple syrup?
All right, just some of the footage we've been putting together on the Occupy Wall Street movement. I'm sure there'll be plenty more to come, and of course you can find more footage than you could ever possibly watch in a lifetime online. But if you want a local flavor to it, you can subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and catch up on all the videos we've been posting, including there's more to come, like your full episode of The Pulse that you'll be putting together, and more from Daryl's 545 Live introduction there. Search us on Facebook and YouTube, keywords 545 Live. All right, and let's move on here and see what we've got next. Joe, I'll turn it back over to you.
Well, with that, it's time for our weather, courtesy of the students of Brattleboro Union High School. The morning news advisory broadcast class at BUHS TV.
Good morning, BUHS. Today is Friday, and we have some showers. The highest temperature is 68 degrees, and the lowest is 49, and there is 70% chance of rain. Tomorrow, it's going to be windy and with few showers. The highest temperature is 61, and the lowest is 42, and there is 30% chance of rain. That's all I have for you today. Back to the desk.
You can catch the full broadcast of that episode right after this show at 6 p.m. on Channel 8, and you can catch all of their broadcasts live weekday mornings, excluding Wednesdays, on Channel 10 at 10:15, which serendipitously follows the rebroadcast of 545 Live. All right, and with that, it's time to hit our calendar. All right, let's see what we'll be starting the calendar off with. Just dive right into it. Let's start off with a sports update on the Colonels, taped by you, Joe, along with your partner in crime, Daryl Pillsbury. Did that just a little bit earlier today. Let's take a look.
Hey, Roland, I'm standing here with Mac Page and Moses here, one of our linemen. Big lineman, does a good job. What other position you play, Moses?
I play DM as well.
The defensive end. And then we got Mac Page, who's got a good number right there. If some people might understand the number 22 and me. But anyway, Mac, what's your position?
I play tailback and strong safety.
Both guys have been having a really good year this year. Both are seniors, I believe. Mac, you're a senior. Yeah, so who are we playing tonight, guys?
Spalding.
Spalding, we're playing home.
Yeah.
Yeah, what, senior night?
Senior night, yep.
What time's the game?
7 o'clock.
Let's get out there. It's a little rainy out here, folks, but you're watching this live on 545 Live. You got time to get out there and support these kids. We need another win under our belt. It's a young team. These guys, of course, are seniors, leaders on the team. They're doing pretty good. And anything else you want to say to the folks that are watching this right now? Go Colonels.
Just come out, support us, we feed off your energy.
All right, go Colonels. Nice job, guys. Thanks.
All right, and if you stick around long enough to catch our BCTV schedule, quick glance, we'll show you where and when you can watch last week's homecoming football game, which was a victory for the Colonels there as well. We'll do that on our quick glance in just a second, and we'll keep the calendar moving. So for that, I'll send it back to you, Joe.
All right, Roland. Some of the big ticket items for this weekend involve the Brattleboro Literary Festival, which includes events of all flavors all over town. To start that off, let's get Gail Nuziata back on the screen with a little more information about it.
Weekend for the Literary Festival, we have 2 more of their events this Saturday, starting in the morning with Tom Bodette and Roy Blount Jr., and that's going to be just a lot of fun. The Metropolitan Opera Live in HD starts tomorrow, and also we have the Vermont Jazz Center with a beautiful, beautiful concert, the Kenny Barron Trio. We can't wait for all of that.
You can catch all the details on the festival, which boasts the like of Julia Alvarez, Janice Bello, and Ken Burns, plus a passel of others, and find that all at BrattleboroLiteraryFestival.org.
This Saturday at 10 o'clock at the Grammar School in Putney, they're hosting a medieval fair with traditional highlights that include Merlin the Wizard, climbing walls, archery, a candy-throwing catapult, haunted dungeon, dunking booth, pony rides, Slay the Dragon pinata, scavenger hunts, knightings by King Arthur himself even. Holy cow.
Boy, you get the tough bulletin on that one. And Saturday at 2 p.m. at the Wells Fountain, Brattleboro residents will gather for this town's own addition to the now national Occupy Wall Street movement. Plus, I'll just throw out a reminder that both the Brattleboro and Putney farmers markets are open Saturday at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. just past Exit 2, and 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. across from the Putney Co-op, respectively. And there's plenty more events going on this weekend, just an unreal amount of events, really. We don't have time to go over them all on this show, so I'll just point you in the direction of iBrattleboro.com, which is where I go when I'm compiling this show. It's updated by individuals and organizations from around the community, so it really is the most up-to-date information. iBrattleboro.com, click the calendar button up in the left corner, and of course, I say this just about every show, so you must get tired of looking at my graphic, though I never get tired of looking at it. If you want to email me your event to either have me read it or get you or someone from your organization on camera to put a face to your event, then email me, Roland at BrattleboroTV.org. That's ROLAND at BrattleboroTV.org. And not only can we get your event listed, but we'll do our best to get you on camera as well. Precious little time left here, so we'll just keep it moving with our BCTV schedule quick glance. The Quick Glance is my daily opportunity to shamelessly plug what's going on BCTV and both our Comcast cable channels 8 and 10. And Joe, you'll be helping me with this one now, which is good because sometimes it can be quite a bit of information. I'll start it off this episode here with a look at this channel, Channel 8. We've got, as previously mentioned, the complete broadcast of this morning's BUHS TV, and that's in a matter of moments at 6 p.m. That's followed by a 9:40 p.m. showing of Michael Bosworth and Paul Cameron's tar sands pipeline discussion held last month at the Marlboro Graduate Center. And with that, Joe, I'll turn it over to you when we head 2 spots up the dial to our government and education sister channel, Channel 10, and see what's going on there.
Okay, Roland. Today on Channel 10, we have a 6 p.m. showing on the latest BUHS board meeting, followed by an 11 p.m. showing on last Friday's BUHS homecoming football game. And we've also got a clip of that coming up.
And here's the kick. This is a high driving kick, the best one we've seen this season. Dropped by Bosworth down at the 5. Now he gets oh, there we go. There's the snap. And under pressure, stepping up. That's it. Now fire.
Not a bad kick return. Let's see, that also shows at 2 p.m. tomorrow after an 11:30 a.m. showing of Wednesday's Brattleboro Planning Commission. And that's really all we have time to get into on the Quick Glance, but plenty more programming, so head to BrattleboroTV.org where we've got schedules updated to the minute along with live streaming and video on demand for all local programming. Again, all at BrattleboroTV.org. Joe, thanks for sitting in with me at the desk. Again, that's a full let, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to our little show here. But before we switch back over to SportsCenter, remember we'll be back Monday with more of Joe's cell phone cinematography, BCTV schedule, quick glance, calendar coverage, headlines, and more. For BCTV and Joe Bushy, this is 545 Live. I'm Roland Boyden saying good night, everybody.